picking French back up would be the first step in a series of small rebellions against years of training that preached productivity and capitalism above all else. Now, let me explain. Je voudrais mieux parler français parce que I know this is a very one-sided conversation. You don't really get to say much, or you don't really get to decide what I film and what I don't film, but it's really nice to have someone to report to. Bonjour, je ne parle pas bien français, mais quand j'étais petite, j'ai pris des cours de français à l'école. Je voudrais mieux parler français parce que j'ai beaucoup d'amis qui parlent français ou qui sont français. Aussi, je voudrais utiliser les langues quand je voyage. Ouais. I feel stuck. Not being able to converse at ease because of a language barrier feels quite debilitating, and we're going to change that. I'm taking French lessons again after an 8-year break. I've got my first in-person lesson in about an hour. I'm leaving the house like in the next 20 minutes or so. I'm still in London. I know the London to New York to Paris pipeline is real, but don't have plans to move anywhere imminently. I will hopefully dive a bit deeper into the reasons that pushed me to pick up French again later on in the vlog. But one of the reasons is basically to force myself out of the house. When I left corporate a few months ago, I pretty much immediately booked for this course. I'm very extroverted at work. I don't have any trouble being social at work at all. However, at the moment, I just really don't want to leave the house. But that's why we've booked onto this, I guess. I really don't know whether I should love or hate my preemptive self. And oh yeah, if you're also feeling like you just don't have the energy to do anything, have a proper meal. Maybe we're all just iron deficient, I don't know. But yeah, so this is going to be my January vlog. I hope you're doing really, really well. If you're not, that's also okay. And yeah, really glad you're here. Aujourd'hui dans la classe, ce soir, il y a environ 12 étudiants. Nous sommes présentés. Je m'appelle Siwei, j'ai 24 ans, j'ai né en Chine et j'ai grandi à Shanghai, mais maintenant j'habite toute seule à l'est de Londres. Ma famille est aussi en Angleterre. Ma maman, ma mère et mon grand frère. J'aime partir en vacances, mais c'est très cher de voyager. I'm just laughing because I think this channel doesn't need a Q&A anymore. You'll just know all about me as I get better at my French. Alors, dans les classes ce soir, j'ai aussi appris le passé composé. On utilisait l'auxiliaire avoir ou être. Nous avons des devoirs en le passé composé et je suis excited pour le leçon semaine prochaine. Right, wow, okay, I still find listening the most difficult for sure, but I'm really happy that I signed up for the level 2 class. I think that is exactly the right level for me. I was slightly worried that because I haven't done it all these years that I would feel a bit out of place, and I know feeling confident when you're learning a language is also quite important. If it's too overwhelming, it's just going to feel too miserable and it's hard to keep going. So mon professeur s'appelle Sarah, elle est très sympa, and one of the things I'm going to try to remember is ask lots of questions. I think especially now that I realize that I can ask a lot of questions in French. Je peux dire qu'est-ce que ça veut dire, comment on dit blah 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 en français. Yeah, so to ask lots of questions in French, I think it's a huge success. I'm really glad that I signed up. Note to self, getting outside of the house is always a good idea. So thank you to my past self who had the foresight. I feel so much better now that I've talked to people and I feel stimulated, which is good. Although I'm definitely not 100%. There are still way too many admin tasks on my to-do list and my room is a complete mess. That's why you're seeing very weird angles at the moment. It feels great to have someone to report to. I know this is a very one-sided conversation. You don't really get to say much, or you don't really get to decide what I film and what I don't film, but it's really nice to have someone to report to. But yeah, anyways, I'll see you very soon. One of the biggest challenges I've faced since leaving banking is rebuilding my relationship with money. Landing in investment banking straight out of college meant I never really learned to budget. 80-hour weeks and high pay made it easy to justify treating myself, and no one would say I didn't deserve it. Deciding to park my banking career wasn't something I took lightly. I considered every angle, including finances. Yet, recently I found myself completely avoiding eating out and buying clothes out of a misplaced fear of making quote-unquote bad decisions. I've also procrastinated on planning holidays as I don't feel like I've worked hard enough to deserve them. Being responsible and realistic is one thing, but going at lengths to deny myself of activities that I know damn well I can afford and will restore my livelihood in hope to justify my career decisions to the rest of the world in some bizarre capacity is totally another thing. What is healthy looks different for everyone, but I'm trying to remember that under all circumstances, if I feel miserable for a prolonged period of time, I need to reassess. Small changes or even a simple mindset shift can make all the difference. I genuinely do use all of them, but I definitely don't need more. It's kind of crazy seeing all of them laid out. I am aware that I've changed my nail colours 3 times in this video already. I'd say it's a pretty accurate reflection of my current mental state. But look at the space around me. I touched on this a bit more in my December vlog, and the home improvement project has been ongoing for 2 months already, and sometimes I get a little frustrated with myself, but I'm really grateful for the space-time, warping space-time, like black holes, twin paradox. Sorry, I'm a physics major, and this is like too much information, but one of my tutors used to say, don't ever say space and time, it's space-time. It's one thing, and now it's just ingrained in me, and I've lost my train of thoughts. So anyway, I wanted to film this outro because I still haven't talked about why I'm learning French. I am hoping that picking French back up would be the first step in a series of small rebellions against years of training that preached productivity and capitalism above all else. Now, let me explain. I feel like it is only right for me to put it out there now that I don't think I'd ever be able to bring myself to say that I hated working in investment banking. It was the best introduction to adult life in London I could have ever asked for. Don't get me wrong, I still cried big time. It is certainly a particular yet traditional career path with brutal hours, but I will always be grateful to the mentors and seniors who reminded me that even in an environment where everyone feels highly disposable, that my authentic self had a lot to offer, because we all do. My 20s will only pass me by, so I just want to take another look at a different path, to surround myself with softer people and see if I still have a shot at the kind of happiness they write about in poems. Now, I know this view of the world is very idealistic, petulant even. The desire to live 1,000 lives through films and books, to truly prioritize health and friendships, to want to learn languages, to rekindle my love for mathematics, the most elegant language of them all. This all sound a bit silly when I say them out loud, and certainly I understand reigniting passion should not be mutually exclusive with having a stable income. It's just, in my case, wanting a different lifestyle to the one that came as a bundle with my job, and also just the urge to drown myself in positive feminine energy after years of physics and finance did result in quite a drastic change for me. But I wouldn't say I quitted my job just to learn French. I wouldn't quite phrase it that way. I can already tell that I'm going to find this journey quite tough. It doesn't help that I'm a city girl through and through, and in places like London, Shanghai, or New York, much of our conversation will always naturally gravitate towards what you do for a living. It's a perfectly respectable first date question, and in the space of just 3 months, trust me, I've had my fair share of second guessing all of my life choices at 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, honestly, what did I even quit banking for if I'm still staying up this late? I have a million thoughts that I want to share. It's like writing the first draft of a book. I'm still trying to figure out which are the core messages versus the noise, how everything fits together into a cohesive prose, and I'm not even sure what counts as authenticity and what crosses over into oversharing. But whether you're watching because you've also just embarked on a new journey, in that case, congratulations, or you're just curious about what life might look like outside of corporate, just know that everyone is very welcomed here, and I will continue to upload my progress reports. If you liked this video in some capacity, please do like and subscribe. That would really help my tiny teeny channel in reaching more lovely people like you. And thanks so much for watching. Until next time.